My name's Leanne
My name's Julie.
and we're Justice Advocates.
My name's Sabrina and I'm a Justice Advocate.
I'm Peter and I'm a volunteer. Been a volunteer for 2 years.
My name is Farzana and I'm volunteering with Jazz.
In the beginning I didn't use volunteers as much. I was just very concerned about, it felt like I was taking my finger off the pulse of what was happening at the grassroots level. So as time went on, I got to know the volunteers more. I understood their strengths and weaknesses more and was able to work with that and then gradually be able to step back.
For me, it was a little bit different. We had a lot of volunteers in the Illawarra region, so what I basically did was buddied with the volunteers. I shadowed them for quite a few months, followed them into correctional units, and that way I could see what they were doing. For me, they were the experts and are the experts of this service.
I guess at first I was a bit nervous because the volunteers that we had been volunteering for a long time. So they probably knew the system better than I did. So it was a bit daunting. But once I'd connected with them and introduced myself and just had a chat with them and got to know them, then I don't know, that was kind of like, it broke the ice. Oh, I love working with volunteers. I couldn't do my job without working with a team of volunteers. Having the volunteers to be able to go, support the clients for me allows me to do the other stuff that's really important, like advocacy and referral, getting to know clients, working on the database Jasper, building the client base, all that kind of stuff that's really important.
Our volunteers are amazing. They have the most amazing backgrounds, skills, life experience. For me, it is just fun finding out and learning more about them.
A magistrate actually asked the volunteer to stand up at the end of the day, and he said, I wanted to say thank you very much, what a great job you've done. And we're getting a lot of feedback from our magistrates and our judges about that, so I think that's a really positive outcome for us.
In my teaching career, I spent a lot of time with children with cognitive impairment, and I was very interested in it. Many, many years ago, I did a master's degree in special education. I applied and I did the training course that the IDRS organised, and then I did some buddy shifts, and now I've done 136 supports.
From his name, I kind of understood that maybe he's like a Persian and we speak the same language. So in that meeting, when it finished, the client told me that he felt very comfortable and very supported because he quite couldn't understand what's going on. So that day it was like it was very, I was very happy because I thought that my language skill could help even more. So that was a very good experience.
I think the most important thing is that you must engage with them. Engage them with their personality. They've all got different personalities. You have to be aware and you have to be fairly skilled in the area of saying, some people are very straight, black and white, no shades of grey, and that's where how they are, and they want you to be the same. You have to identify that as a manager, and as a JA, you've got to decide what those people are, and you've also need to make sure that you check up on them all the time. And if you don't hear from a volunteer for a while, it is really, really good to check on them because sometimes they are struggling in life themselves. And I think that the engagement stuff is something that we all need to learn and get better at.
I quite often will meet up with my volunteers, we'll go out for a coffee and have a good chat, just get to know them a little bit better, and that can be a lot of fun.
What I would say to other advocates to encourage them to use volunteers is to just give it a go. Maybe do a bit of self-reflection as to what's stopping you and really try to address those issues and just give it a go. I mean, the volunteers, they're all different, they all come from all walks of life, but really you're the expert. I mean, you're the advocate doing the job, you know it inside out, you know the clients, you know what works, what doesn't work. So we all struggle at times, but I think it's really beneficial to have that support from the volunteers in order to, get the job done to the best of our capacity.